Welcome to Simply Sincee. I'm Dr. Sincee Callahan, metaphysician, chancellor of ELU, Interlight University, and my co-host always is Sharon Stenso and Judith Salino.
Thank you.
And the last segment we had, we talked about how to identify yourself, how to find out the truth about you. Who are you really? And we offered some steps, how to write down what you will tolerate, what you won't tolerate, what you like and what you don't like, and evaluate that till you get to a point of what you're actually looking for. Once you can decide, once you begin to understand who you actually are, then you start developing a character that is uniquely yours. And once that character has been developed, you can get into any kind of situation and life isn't very discomforting. It's usually quite beautiful. And you get through situations, you don't see yourself as a victim, you don't want to make other people unhappy, so you could be happy. You learn to appreciate all of life and everything it offers. You even begin to realize you live on a planet that's called Earth, and it's reproductive, and it's got all kind of stuff going on, lots of different vibration going on, and you start to synchronize with that. And we're going to talk about vibration a little bit. That's kind of the next thing that you get into once you start to identify yourself. We're going to give you some examples of how to explore your vibration, how to find your own energy or your own wavelength, so to speak, how to find your place in the orchestra of life. Because there's so many different instruments, right, on this planet. Each individual is like a different part of the symphony. We've got the strings and we've got the horn, or everything else I can't remember right off the top. But, we've got all the pieces of the orchestra, and you've got to find your place. And once you find the place where you vibrate best, then you can reverberate some really wonderful things, and you bring back the energies that perform best with you. And that's what we want to help you to achieve in this segment. We'll give you a little smidget here. And so we're going to start with Judith.
We are.
Yes. Just moving forward on, how to recognize that you do know who you are. Maybe go over the steps a little bit. And then give a couple examples of your own experience. I think what might be helpful.
With vibration?
With just identifying
knowing.
you.
Okay.
Because I remember how challenging it was.
It was very challenging.
Because of your attachments, the boxes that you had created, all the no thinking for yourself, So share a little bit of that with us.
For me, I was all about pleasing other people. That was just sort of my MO growing up. And I'm only sharing that simply to help other people who are in that space. That was where I lived in my causal, was my job was to help make other people happy. That was what I thought my purpose was when I was growing up. And so I lived that for so long. And I always felt like I had to fit in somewhere. I was as a very young age, put on the stage to perform. So that's kind of what I did. I performed my whole life, And when I had to find out who I really am, I struggled with, how do I do that? I don't really know, because I'm so conditioned to just thinking this one way and I pretended like I was happy, but I wasn't happy because I didn't know who I was, but I was trying to make everybody else happy, and I thought that was what I was supposed to do. But when I started finding my own vibration, which is different from meditation, because I learned how to meditate, but finding my own vibration was just me sitting in the quiet and listening to my own breath and hearing my own heartbeat and knowing this is what I vibrate to. Is this breath. I don't breathe like everybody else. I mean, I've been told how to breathe. I've been told all kinds of things, but once I started sitting in the quiet at the same time every single day, I started to find what instrument I am. I like all the instruments. Some I played. I actually was, in a band. But I found that when I'm in my own vibration, that's when I have the peace and harmony that I've always been trying to give to everybody else, but never really had for myself. So that's kind of where that's where my thought goes to as far as learning about vibration. I find myself swaying, standing, talking to somebody and just swaying. And that was me just trying to stay in my own vibration because I was surrounded by vibrations that didn't resonate with me at all. But that's just what I grew up doing and didn't know how to step out of that so easily. And it was very frustrating. I'm not going to lie. I was very frustrated. There was a couple times when I threw a temper tantrum, even at this age. But I realized, that was because I had spent so many years just being stuck in my causal that
Denying the truth about yourself.
And not knowing who I am, and denying the truth. Is that what you? Yep,
Yes.
That's exactly right. And it is very freeing when you recognize that you've done that and you don't need to do it anymore, no matter how old you are or how young you are.
That's great.
It is just a beautiful thing. And I remember you saying all the time, Sincee, life is beautiful. I'm like, what planet is she on?
Earth.
Zip knot.
That one too.
That one too. So that's my journey. And I love being in my vibration, and it's just grown so beautifully over.
How has it helped you with relationships and people?
Well, I don't waste my time in relationships with energies that just don't resonate with me. It's just not comfortable. And so I'm comfortable with letting people go in my life that I thought I needed to just constantly hang on to. And so that's one of the beauties of actually, learning about my own vibration and staying in my own vibration, and just surrounding myself with people who don't look to me to make them happy, but just have their own happiness and know who they are. And so I can just live life without,
It's a wonderful thing, when you come to the knowingness.
Yes.
That I don't need another person to complete me.
No, yeah, that line was...
I'm already complete.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to tune in.
Yeah.
And that is, it's
whole...
wonderful when you come to that realization.
Mm-hmm.
We all have this opportunity, to just recognize who we are. I mean, how often do you sit and listen to the rhythm of your own breathing? How often do you stop and realize you actually have a heartbeat, and touch your own pulse, and maybe synchronize your body to the movement of your own inner rhythm? We talk about saving trees and saving this. And how about save your own life? How about tuning into the geometry of you? It's sacred, whatever that word means. So, Sharon, how about your experience?
Yeah, my experience is when I first started seeing you, for counseling, and you said, we're going to do a vibration. I'm like, I'm going to just go for it. I have no idea what I'm doing. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I was like, I don't know.
You were honest.
Yeah, I was. I'm like, okay, I'll give this a shot, and I'm always very adventurous with it's just what was interesting about it, though, I will say this, is I just knew I had to do it. There was some level of knowing for me that I'm like, I need to experience this. I need to take a look at this. I need to take a look at life, my life, in another way. It's like I've been building up to it. There'd been experiences in my life where, I knew I needed to start here. And that was really the starting point, that awareness, that vibration of, and I laugh about it now because I feel like my vibration repels some people, and I just think that's funny, and I love it in a way because it's a way for me that I'm finally, like Judy said, I'm finally myself, and original. I say original Sharon, not pretending to be something I'm not. I'm an excellent actress. I've never been to Hollywood, but I was very good. I probably would have been an Academy Award winner.
You were?
But I was.
Just
I
a
was
different
excellent.
academy.
I was, Sharon's Academy, which I didn't get any trophies for. But I think that when I look at that, when I say I repel, I say it in a way that is comfortable for me. And it's like Judy said, staying in your own vibration, knowing who you are, knowing that that's so important, and viewing life. For me, it's a way to view life and appreciating that every being, thing has its own vibration. Whether I interact with that, great, maybe not. I don't know. It
This
doesn't
is
matter.
where the principles come in. It helps
Yeah.
you to respect. Once you can identify who you are, you don't really want to infringe and try
Yeah.
to take over, manipulate, or control anybody's life. You just become comfortable with your own enough to share it
Yeah,
with
and-
who you want to share it with.
And I liked you both said this with like a symphony. You're working with others, and then if you are able to be working with people, it just meshes. You don't. It's not a. This is my vibration. My vibration. No,
you
it's
don't
just.
even talk about it.
You don't
It
even
just
talk about it. It
becomes
just
you-
becomes
it
who
beco-
you are.
You become conscious of the essence of you.
And there's such a discovery with it too. There's, words have vibration. The plants, everything
Colors.
does everything.
Light and everything.
Everything.
I wanted to go to the part where you say repel, because that's kind of that word may seem to have a negative vibration for some.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, when you are comfortable in your vibration, it does move energies that don't flow in your vibration away. I can't tell you how many times we've gone out to a restaurant or to public places where we walk in and the whole area clears out. It happens to me all the time. How many times have we been driving through traffic and all the cars move? It's what the vibration does for you. It's like here's a whole planet. It has its own vibration, and now you've asked for permission and have been granted to come and live life on this planet, and when you're here, what we don't realize, I have some really young grandkids, and I'm teaching them about what does it feel like, that person feels like that, but how do you feel? So let's stay with your vibration. You don't have to worry about what's going on over there. Stay here. Stay here.
Yeah.
How do you feel? And so you want to, get to a point where you really seriously, when you start to understand yourself, you start to unfold into loving life. And what we don't realize, it's very temporary. You've got people going around trying to make power moves and manipulating other people who can't think for themselves into different kind of situations. But the truth is, this life is a gift to each one of us. It's our own individual gift. And when we come to this planet, it would be wonderful, and I like to go back to the parenting, for parents to teach us about the rhythm and the environment and try to create the most reasonable, the most comforting vibration in the personal environment that they can. If you create an environment of chaos, you're going to have children that mimic that. You're going to have the physical beings that mimic that. Some souls are so lit up, they'll get past it, but there are those souls that aren't as lit, and they'll get caught up into that. We just need to be conscious of life itself. It's a gift. It's beautiful. You don't have to beg for it. You don't have to ask forgiveness for it. You don't have to hold on to the past about it. Just right here, take a breath. Oh, yeah, this is life. It's pretty cool. Let me see what I'm going to do to live it and make it good.
Hi, I'm Dom Salino. Have you ever wondered who you truly are? Have you ever wondered just what is true? Let me introduce you to Light University. This university will teach you what is absolute truth, not what others have told you to believe, not what you've been taught as a child, not throughout your upbringing what you've been told to understand. It'll teach you what is truly truth. The classes are designed to teach you to think for yourself and to be free thinkers and to take you to happiness that you never thought possible.
And, getting back to the vibration, the universe has a vibration. And all the planets and everything that we talk about in the universe is synchronized in that universe, because they all are in a place doing the thing they do. The sun does what it does. The moon does what it does. They don't change character. They're just pretty confident in their role in life. And the vibration that they emit is awesome. And then we have planet Earth, and we have all the living things on this planet. So many different vibrations. Here's a simple way that you can tune into your vibration. Find 20 minutes Just 20 minutes out of a 24-hour day. You should be able to do that. Even if you go to the bathroom and hide, find 20 minutes, but hide at the same time every day. The reason I say do it the same time every day, because you're disciplining yourself. And what humans have a problem of doing is disciplining themselves, because we can't detach. That's another thing that we'll talk about is
next time.
detaching. But so you want to find the same time every day in just 20 minutes. Go find a spot that's quiet, comfortable chair or floor or a pillow, and just sit your body down, take a deep breath. And then listen to the sound, just listen to the movement of your breath. And once you get in tune with that, you just flow with that. And then start thinking about your heart and just feel the heartbeat. Here's something that a lot of people have a problem with. The heart goes boom, boom. So what I want you to do when you're doing your vibration is to get connected with the sound in between the boom, boom. There's a silence in there, like boom, silence, boom, silence. That quiet space, that's what you hold on to. And now you've got that silence and your breath. And then you start to feel the space around you. You're probably going to feel some energy, like electricity, because it's everywhere. It's got a humming sound. And it's humming differently everywhere. You may not realize this, but that electricity synchronizes with your entire being. It is what it is. We're just not conscious of what we are. So you have that silence in your breath, and you're sitting there, and you feel that humming. It's just so peaceful. 20 minutes every day. You will find that life becomes more complete for you. You start to notice colors. People who don't belong in your space, move out of it. If you've got someone in a job that's taunting you and picking at you, they can't even get through that protective layer that you've created with your own vibration. You don't have to fight, negotiate, manipulate, try to pretend you like something. You just need to tune in, recognize who you are. So in the physical body, that's been given life. And if you practice that every day, I don't like to do dares, but I'm going to do it. I dare you to do that for 7 days. Every day, same time, 7 days. And on day 8, I want you to make note of the difference that you've done, that you've created in your own life. What we don't realize is we are creators. Every problem we think we have, everything we feel victimized about, we've created and manifested and turned it into monsters. When you worry and you have all these crazy things that you don't understand, you're just creating monsters that you don't really want to fight. Then you go hiding and victimizing other people because you created a monster that you don't like. This vibration helps you to tune into who you are and get rid of all of the monsters. Once you get good at this vibration, we can help you to tune in to heal yourself emotionally, help you to let go of things that you're holding on to the past. We can help you to recreate yourself mentally and help you to find life just like etheric, because that's who we are. We're energetic beings. We're etheric. We're just like the vibration we're tuning in. We are the vibration we're tuning into. And so, I dare you.
I dare
I
you.
dare you
7 days.
to do this for 7 days. And on day 8, to notice the difference in the people around you. In just in your own self, how you even look in the mirror and see what color your eyes really are. And be happy with yourself as so in the physical body. The minute you start to do this, you become more complete. If you have insecurities or, whatever you've created that you think is a problem in your life, you can rearrange all that and just flow. Be a part of true life. You know, we go to the ocean or we go to the aquarium and we talk about, oh, look how beautiful the fish are flowing. We can do that too. We're in an ocean of life. Why don't we just flow? You know, back in the 60s and the 70s, we had this thing, go with the flow, you know. And that doesn't mean jump in somebody else's box and go crazy. That means find your own vibration and move, you know. We see fish, you know, sometimes you see the independent fish. They travel as a school of fish, but, you know, I know that in that school of fish, there's a lead instructor that's guiding them. And they're into the rhythm and the vibration, and they're doing what they need to do. But sometimes you'll see them go this way and they'll go that way. They have a rhythm, and they come together when they need to as a whole. And when you do this vibration, that's what you do. You don't fight people at the border. They don't even come to the border anymore. If everybody, you know, we've got all these holidays. I always say, I wish we had a holiday where everybody could just be quiet and tune into themselves. Just listen, just take some time, have a day with all your family and see the rhythm and the vibration, you know, and become an unconditional lover. Because to love a condition is just not real love at all. It's just not, you know, so.
So when you have your principles set, when you know who you are, and when you're in your own vibration, that's when I realized life is beautiful. And things that were going on around me that irritated me constantly no longer bothered me. I wasn't affected because I was etheric. I was beyond all those other layers that were holding me, that I was allowing myself to be held back from, so that I couldn't be in my own vibration. And so that challenge that you just sent out to everybody, it's beautiful. I don't think it's a problem that you did that. You can take that challenge, or you can just say the heck with it. But
I want to clear up the etheric thing. The etheric is like being able to see it all, like the overview, or like, ooh, I'm
seeing
looking
what's
at
going on
everything
around.
from the top. I don't need to be any of that.
Nope.
I don't need to be emotional. I don't need anxiety pills. I don't need to, you know.
Right.
If you worry about something, it creates a monster. It could be a bill that you can't pay. If you stress and worry about it, oh, I don't know how this is going to happen. That's what you're creating. If you say, everything is going to be the way it needs to be, I'm going to move forward to do what I can to take care of this. You've got to do something. You can't just sit there like it's not a welfare world. You know, it shouldn't be anyway. You've got to put some energy and intent, well, knowingness into what's going on. But if you don't fight it, it flows. If you have to have something done that's benefiting the purpose for soul existing in this life, soul is connected to everything. We are too. We just don't realize it. But soul will get its job done when you identify with who you are. When those principles are firm, when your character is set, and you're tuning into this vibration, man, life really is beautiful. You can be in the most horrendous situation. I've been in so many. And my husband always say, how do you do this? I say, I'm staying in my own space. Because if I get caught up in what everybody else is trying to do, I'm going to make the orchestra, we're going to sound terrible. I got to stay in my own, I've got to stay tuned up in my own space. And everything, he's like, how does it always happen? And like, I just realized who I am. And when you start to recognize the brilliance of you, how wonderful we truly are, you don't need to write it on the wall. You need to sit down, do a vibration, tune in, and just know for sure, you know.
Yeah, I think for me personally, I just took responsibility for that. I just made a decision. I'm going to concentrate and discipline myself with my vibration, acknowledge that, go down this path, principles, know who I am, like Sincee and Judy were saying. I really can't live another way and enjoy my life.
I want you to talk about something that you're so good at.
Yeah.
Talking about responsibility and obligation.
Right.
Because a lot of people do things because they feel obligated,
Right.
and that's conditional.
Right.
And you,
Yeah, and I think one of the things, the etheric part, if we can be in that space, and view life from that perspective, my goal is to have that love, but an unconditional love. There's no attachments with that. The responsibility, I look at my life now with just, what is the responsibility? I don't really like that word obligation. I'm very much into words, as I
Yes,
don't know.
the wordsmith.
Yeah, and I can't write a lick, but I am into words. Go figure that. But for me, obligation feels like a vibration that's uncomfortable for me to have in my space. So for me, it's a responsibility when I've made decisions with, going down the path of having, and my vibration, my principles, discovering who I am. I was responsible for that. I'm responsible for that. Nobody else. I'm not obligated to do it. I will just be truthful, pure and truthful. And I'm always going to try to observe that with whatever I'm working on to this day. I'm always going to observe that truthfully and look at it from a perspective of, am I just sticking to all my principles? And for me, it was essential to have that vibration, to continually stay in my vibration. I find that for me now, I'm in it mostly all day. Like Dave will say, what you got going over there in the car? And it's not anything to show anybody or do anything, or mine is, it's such a comfortable, peaceful place for me.
It's kind of an unconditional love for yourself.
Yeah.
And when you can love yourself unconditionally, it's easy to share that, with others. And I feel that's what I know that's what vibration does for me. It just keeps me aligned.
Yeah.
It helps me to get through the most difficult times in a day. And, like you both are saying, if there are difficult things going around you and other people are like, but for you, it's just, I'm just flowing. It's just a day. The thing that I like to say all the time when something's difficult is like, I know 5 o'clock is coming, or I know 9 o'clock is coming. What I know is I'll have an opportunity to go to sleep and wake up and try again, And I think when we just take a deep breath, tune in, and realize no one can breed for you. No one should think for you. No one should create for you. You have all those abilities, and you have to think about the whole when you're doing it. It is not just your world, but you want to tune into the world that belongs to everyone. And that happens so often when I know that when I do my vibration, I can't live without it.
Yep.
I don't I think once you start and you feel the unfolding, you don't want to stop. You if you have to have something you need to call and label a habit, let it be vibration. Because it benefits you in so many different ways. But you want to be able to wake up every morning excited about a new experience. Because when we sleep, soul travels. It just travels. It goes and it comes back, and then you wake up. It knows everything all the time. And when you do your vibration, you tune in, and now you know too. Because soul comes and it gives you messages and dreams and all sorts of things. And we'll keep expanding on this conversation, but I love the experiences and the insight that you have shared, and I want everyone to, just give yourself a shot. It's not going to hurt to try something new that might benefit you. If you need more information, Sharon and David Stenzel are counselors, and they could help you in various ways. Judith is a part of the administration of ELU, and so is Sharon and Dave. You know, they're school counselors. We are available. We're going to have the information available for you to contact us if you need more information. We hope you've enjoyed this segment, and we'll see you real soon. Thank you.
Thank you.